in the room. Bucks win it tonight, 126-119 over the Indiana Pacers. Good win for the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. Absolutely good win for the Bucks tonight. They do what you wanted to see them do. They come out and I mean honestly, it was a lot of, you know what? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I saw a lot of belt to ass is what I saw. That's what I saw.
Yes,
That's what I
sir.
saw tonight. I saw belt to ass.
Yes,
These
sir.
sorry ass out of here, man. Got time for this. 126-119. Score wasn't even close to what I actually saw on the court. Let me tell you, that was an ass whooping, is what it was. Officials try. Here's the thing, I felt even better about it. No Giannis at the end. This lets you know how sorry the Indiana Pacers are, to be honest. I'll get to it in a second. Let me start the show the right way. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Doc is our doctor, right? He gives us our medicine in our room. We alive. Screams across the group transfer.
JT.
Justin.
Yeah. Everybody's in the building. That's what I like to see. No Chris King. We'll have him. I think we'll have him back tomorrow. But I got the Oklahoma City Thunder tomorrow. But yeah, man, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted tonight if you were a Bucks fan. And I felt even better about it, honestly. And again, if you want to hit us up in the chat, we'll talk in the chat. If you want to hit us up on Twitter, at TCIIESQ, talk to me on there. We'll talk to you. We'll read your stuff. Appreciate you guys for coming on in the room. But I felt even better about this, and it just shows you how sorry the Indiana Pacers are because you do this, no Giannis. When did Giannis foul out? 3-4 minutes left? How much time was left when Giannis fouled out?
3:46.
3:46, Giannis fouls out. So you do it down the stretch without him. 6 fouls. Well, anybody know the lady ref name? Anybody know her name? Somebody get her
Terrible.
name. What's right? Terrible. Awful. Sorry as hell. Somebody find her name for me because she needs to be called out publicly. This is how we're going to do. This is equal opportunity stuff. And I don't want to, because this thing, if it was a male ref, I don't want to, if it was a male ref, you got to talk about these people the same way. So what Trump say, DEI's over, it's over, we need to hold her ass accountable. That's what we need to do. We need to hold her ass accountable. That was horrible, horrible officiating, the hell ever her name is. Terrible. But the whole crew was bad. That crew doesn't need to work another game ever. Adam Silver needs to get on. That crew, I think Tyler Ford was in that crew. They don't need to work another game ever. They tried to get the Pacers to come back. Here's why I'm happy about the win. Giannis didn't play the last 3:46. You had, for the last 6 minutes of the game, the referees tried as hard as they could to keep. Go ahead. You got a name?
Yeah, I got you.
What's her name?
Jenna Schroeder.
Jenna Schroeder.
Jason Goebel and Tyler Ford.
Jenna Schroeder, Jason Goebel, Tyler Ford, all ass. That's the all
ass
team.
They all sound like the names of folks that can work in the accounting department. It's great.
I wouldn't trust her to do anything. I wouldn't trust her ass to do a damn thing. She can't see. How's she going to do some accounting she can't see? Man's on the line. How do you call a charge on Giannis? So again, I felt good. Last 6 minutes of this game, they tried to let Indiana back into it. Make no mistake, this is a 20-point win for the Bucks tonight. This is a 20-point win for the Bucks. The Bucks now 3-1 against the Pacers for the series, which I believe they're a game up or game and a half up on the Pacers now, which you can add another game onto that because the Bucks now officially hold the tiebreaker. That was the last game you'll play. So you're up 3-1 on those bums. But yeah, you do it. You basically held. I don't know if Indiana had a lead. It felt like if it wasn't wire to wire, it had to be very close to being a wire to wire win for the Bucks. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe Indiana got up maybe early in the first quarter. But they tried to get their clawed away back in the game. Never really did. It was up. We were up. I believe at one point we were up 21. Indiana may have got to 4, but you have these swings because the officials wanted this thing to go a certain way, which is fine. Dame got fouled there in. Don't call it. It leads to a turnover. Again, man, that's just a little bit of it. But again, I'll say this: you found a way to win. That's what I'm happy about. I don't care that it ends up being closer than it probably was in reality. This was belt to ass. Make no mistake about it. You are now 3-1. You are again. Let me just because I know Bucks fans for whatever reason they like to talk down their own team. I think I know a couple reasons, but they love it. They love to hate their own basketball team. But and the Indiana Pacers, who just went. Now the Bucks ain't been out the first round in a couple years, right? Am I right about that? Am I right or am I wrong? Okay,
You're right.
we've been out the first round in a couple years. Pacers just went to the East Conference Finals, and they sitting up here looking at their ass, which is a potential playoff matchup. They are a Halliburton fake ass 3-point shot and phantom foul away. This was a 4-0 sweep. That's what this has been. You are that away from a 4-0 sweep in the season series. Oh, you thought, well, we took them to 6. You beat us last year in 6 games. No Dame for 3 of them. No Giannis for the entire series. And Chris Middleton on 2 bum ankles. And you're happy that you won that series in 6? You guys suck. The state of Indiana sucks. The city of Indianapolis sucks. Should take the damn combine away from y'all sorry ass. Pat McAfee don't even want to be associated with your football team. But okay, let's do it. Let's do the game recap. Sorry about that. Real quick, I'll do the game recap real quick. 34, 10, and 7 from Giannis before they call some phantom fouls. He fouls out of the game. 14 and 19 from the field tonight. He was the only starter who was a +2. Brook Lopez, 10 points tonight. Kyle Kuzma, 8 points, 8 boards, 3 steals for Kyle Kuzma, only 1 turnover. Again, offensively, just as upset because he lost his parlay. Offensively, rough night. But defensively, I thought Kyle Kuzma played really, really big. 8 rebounds tonight. And then the other thing, he had a huge rebound at the end of the game, huge tip out to keep the Bucks with possession there. Taurean Prince, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 5 steals from Taurean Prince. He was 4-6, 2 of 4 from 3. Everybody wants him out of the starting lineup. I've talked about it too. But he shows his value tonight. A really good game from Taurean Prince. And I thought TP, down the stretch, those were huge free throws down the stretch that he made. He made 6 free throws down the stretch. Damian Lillard, 25, 10, and 8. I haven't seen it. I'm going to guess 4 turnovers. Let's see what he had. 2. Wow, he only had 2 turnovers? It felt like more. Okay. Felt like more. Kevin Porter Jr. just continues to impress. 19 minutes tonight, 16.6 boards, 4 assists. Kevin Porter Jr. He's just a baller, man. He's an absolute baller. He was a +13. Gary Trent Jr., 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists from him. Baller. Jericho Sims, only 11 minutes tonight. It's 1 rebound and 1 assist. And you could argue Jericho Sims was just as important as any role player the Bucks had tonight. You could make that argument that he was just as impactful as any role player for the Bucks. 1 rebound, 1 assist, man. That kid is and he was a +18 tonight. Andre Jackson Jr. Chris King says all the time, we're right more than we're wrong. And we've been begging for the Andre Jackson Jr. Hey, give him the Thanasis, 30 seconds, 15 seconds. Let him do the Thanasis roll. Justin, you've been begging for it. He plays 9 seconds to end the first half and causes a miss on Halliburton on the 3. So I'm cool with it. And AJ Green, 6 points, 3 assists tonight, 2 of 7, 2 of 6. He is slumping, but I'm not mad. You got to keep playing him. Let's see what happens. If he's slumping in the playoffs, hey, the minutes will get cut. But right now, I'm not mad. You got to keep letting AJ Green keep rolling. 30 points from Nesmith tonight, 26 and 7 from Pascal Siakam. Miles Turner shot Indiana out of the game. 2 of 10 from 3, 4 of 13 from the field, 14 and 4 on the night. Nembhard with 7 points and 2 assists. Tyrese Halliburton, 24 points, 15 assists, 6 rebounds for Tyrese Halliburton. Ben Mathurin, 6 points. Obi Toppin, 8 points. TJ McConnell, 4 points. Thomas Bryant didn't score, and Shepard didn't score either. All leads to a Bucks win, 126-119. Again, the Bucks got outscored by 11 points in the fourth quarter. That's a problem. I thought a lot of us, they gave it their highest scoring quarter in the fourth. That's a problem. But the Bucks on the other side, they outscore. They had a 38-point first, that 35-point third. Again, the fourth quarter, and again, I attribute that a lot to the officiating. And the other thing I would have done if I was Doc Rivers, when you're up 14, when you're up 11, 12, 14 in the fourth quarter, I think you can go with your defensive. To me, I go with my defensive lineup. And again, obviously Dame's going to be on the floor, and Giannis would have been on the floor there. But even if you want Giannis at the 5, I go hard defense, and I probably play Sims over Brook Lopez. especially if I'm having some trouble getting stops. So I think that is something Doc Rivers should think about, because I will tell you, there was a group out there, that second unit in the second quarter, maybe it was the third quarter, of, I believe it was Damian Lillard. It was Damian Lillard, Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., Kyle Kuzma, and Sims, I believe. That was the group. Dominant defensive group. And again, Sims just he moves so well on the perimeter. He's hustling out there at all times. So I appreciate the fight from that group. And yeah, I think if you need to, Gary Trent Jr. is clearly going to close some games for the Bucks. There's been questions about what with Kyle Kuzma close. But the only other thing I say is I think the Bucks are using Kuzma incorrectly, because he showed he's an elite defender against Luka. He had stops against Pascal tonight. I don't know why aren't we using him against Halliburton, and why are we using Torian? I'd like to see Kyle Kuzma get used, and even Giannis is a little lazy defensively. I'd like to see Kyle Kuzma get used more on higher level players. That's what I'd like to see. So anyway, and the other thing, just turnovers. So many live ball turnovers. That's a problem for the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, there was one. I'll give you one. And I'll let you go, JT. There was one where Damian Lillard is about to fall out of bounds, and it is what it is. You lost your balance. Okay, let's go out of bounds. Give them the ball. Make them set your defense up. Instead, Damian Lillard just throws it in, and they're off to the races. I believe that might have been the dunk you were talking about before the show, Justin, with the Halliburton, where he dunks it and then Dame added insult to injury and fouls him. But hey, that's all. You see it when Halliburton thought he had some momentum, he started talking. He started talking when he had momentum. Dame, tap your wrist. You're down 3-1, boy. That's all I got. So that's what I saw, JT. What'd you see?
Man, you know what I saw? I saw a whole lot of good, and I want to get to the good I want to talk about the good before the bad. Now, you talked about that. I think that's the stagger lineup and that was in the late first quarter when you saw Kuzma, Gary Trent, KPJ, Dame, and Jericho Sims. But one thing I like about this team, and in that first half, we jumped up to a 19-point lead. It came out, it was belt to ass, and this is important because the Pacers are a team where if you let them stick around and you let them get confident, they 100% can be a very good team at times. But I like how the Bucks just came out, punched them in the mouth, and kept going with this thing too. Now, we did kind of blow a bit of that lead towards the end of the first half, and the interesting thing is we blew two leads tonight. We were up by 21 at one point in that second half, and we win by 7. Okay, great, cool. And in the first half, up by 19, and we go into halftime, I think, what was it, up 5 or 6 as well. Having said that, though, the way this team shot the ball tonight, pretty much everybody outside of Kyle Kuzma and AJ Green was very efficient. I would think, with from looking at the numbers, was shooting the ball, and it's a thing of beauty when you watch this team play, and them threes is going in, them twos is going in, the mid-range jumpers in, and we start to get that momentum going. That's what I really wanted to see against this Pacers team, because the Bucks are a superior team. You got superior talent, you got superior coaching, you got superior execution, and man, I can't stand that team in Indianapolis, and I know Trey takes it personal. Like, it's personal. Like, and Trey, I know we're supposed to be a bit objective, but it's personal with you, and I can see that, and I respect that. Man, and Taurean Prince, for all the grief that Taurean Prince gets, and I understand that. On defense, it doesn't look too great sometimes. Brook Lopez, same thing. You kind of saw a little bit of the same issue tonight. Lack of hustle. It's not a lack of effort. I think it's just might be a lack of malleability, actually, right? It just maybe you just don't got it, right? You're a bit of a step slow. And on defense, he does look like Brook the Book sometimes. But I tell you what, on offense, he was efficient tonight. I got to give him that. Didn't shoot a whole lot, but he did all right. I think tonight he finished, 4 for 6? I can live with that, Brooke. I can live with that. Another thing, free throws, difference maker tonight. The Bucks were almost perfect from the line. I think it was like 25 for 26 from the free throw line tonight. That's what I like to see. That's what we're going to need to see. I need more nights like that. But, man, got to give Taurean Prince a little bit of love one more time, because, again, that last 30 seconds, hitting them 4 free throws was big. Certainly big. And I just hope that the Bucks can finish a little bit stronger. I get it. Giannis was out, but I just hope the Bucks can finish a little bit stronger, because I would have liked to see this team win by 20. but I'm not going to sit up here and complain about it because they didn't.
Well, and it's hard to win by 20 when every call for the last 6 minutes goes against you. I thought the crowd. It was interesting to me. The loudest the crowd got all night was, I believe, after the Giannis charge that wasn't a charge that they called a charge, and then after they fouled Giannis out, and you finally had. I mean, that is what really woke this crowd up and got them going. But yeah, it's hard to keep a 20-point lead when you're playing 5-on-8. Sorry, go ahead.
And I'm gonna say this is last point too. I'm gonna make this last point too. Hey man, Jericho Sims and Giannis from a defensive perspective, you might have something. Jericho Sims and Giannis from a defensive perspective, hey, we got something with there. I don't know about the offensive side of the ball. We'll get there. We'll figure that thing out eventually. But those two on defense, oh yeah. That's what we've been needing. I think that's what we've been needing for a while. I like what I see with Jericho Sims and Giannis on defense.
No, yeah, good stuff, JT. Real good stuff, man. I was with Trey. The 5-on-8 just makes it hard for me too, but we good. So Doc kind of got into when they don't force the ball, they got what they wanted all night tonight. Thought it was a good job. I thought it was a good job of Giannis really seeing the defense are trying to shoot at play on him, and he found a way to maneuver around it and get his teammates involved. Like Trey hit on, too many turnovers, way too many turnovers. He mentioned turnovers as much as he mentions getting downhill in his post-game press conferences. He also said they lost their discipline in that fourth quarter. When he talked about the 6th foul on Giannis, he said that the guy, I forget the dude's name. Who cares? He plays from Indiana. He's a bum. Like Trey said, the whole state is terrible. We need to move the Big Ten tournament back to Chicago. He said a guy just dove into Giannis's body. He didn't try to make a play to do anything. He just jumped into his body and got a foul called. And then on the
well, Justin, did Doc say anything about? And again, I'll say this: I think Doc Rivers thought the game was over. I think he thought the game was over, and so I think he challenged that call that Thanasis is over, and that's why Thanasis' ass ain't gonna get one of them quarter zips and be on the damn sideline because he's sitting there telling everybody to challenge the damn play. And you lose the challenge. But I really think Doc thought the game was over. I think he wanted a little more momentum. Did he say anything about why he challenged that? Because you probably could have made a challenge at the end of the game on both of those calls on Giannis, and you don't have your challenge.
Yeah, so, one, he said he wished he had his challenge on that Giannis one because he thought the dude was moving. The dude was in the restricted area, all that stuff. When he talked about the challenge, I did write that down because I knew that was going to be a point of contention tonight. He just mentioned that usually his guys on the bench get it right. I don't know if he's talking about the bench directly across from him or the guy sitting behind him with the quarter zip. So, but he said they just missed that one. He thought it was bang bang. It's mentioned turnovers again. They got to take better care of the ball. They got to rebound the ball better. They had great spacing and passing tonight. He said they didn't even run any offensive sets. So if that doesn't send a message to you, Indy, you got boat race without any offensive sets mentioned. He thought that KPJ and Gary Trent Jr. really stretched the lead when they came in the game. The Dame and KPJ lineup is good, needs more minutes. And then, one of the reporters asked him something about SGA and his MVP stuff. And he was like, yeah, SGA is good. He's doing a lot of things. But let's keep in mind, Giannis' assists are going up. And he's still not mentioned in that MVP thing. So, that's funny. I had Thanasis Antetokounmpo with a bad challenge tonight, too, in my notes. Yeah. Shout out to the Team Nasty, though, because we're in the front row.
They win.
Bring your ass back tomorrow. 25-1 was scoring 120-plus points tonight. We had 6 guys in double figures tonight again.
Nice. Yeah.
I thought Torian Prince was clutch. Free throws like you gentlemen mentioned, but those defense and those strips and stuff like that, they're pretty good. We ain't got to talk about the foul calls no more. We know they're bogus. KPJ is just that guy. He is absolutely amazing. I see why when Doc was talking a couple games ago as far as Tyrone Lue really liked the kid but couldn't find a spot for him in LA. I see why. The kid, he's a good basketball player. AJ Green, I want to give him a shout out. I know it wasn't his best shooting performance. I know it wasn't his worst. I can't remember the last time we had AJ Green playing perimeter defense with no fouls. And then lastly, Sims only said played 9-10 minutes. He was a plus 18 tonight. Yep. Gary Trent Jr. was a plus 23, and KPJ was a plus 13. So you had bench guys really getting in there and making an impact on this game if we're going to go to the statistics 600 course.
Yeah, no, the Milwaukee Bucks bench, again, the trade deadline 100% changed their bench, changed that trajectory. And I'll say this too, when you talk about Kevin Porter Jr. being a dog, being a guy, being, such a good player, another guy who might be better than 2025 Chris Middleton. But I'm just saying. So John Horst might hit there too. DJ Drew is in here after oh no, that's Coach RJ. My bad. I was thinking Coach RJ. Okay, never mind. DJ Drew with the super chat. My bad. I was about to get you, man. I see that's Coach RJ. DJ RJ. My bad. DJ Drew super chat says appreciate the super chat. He says, what are the chances of Sims starting over Lopez? I don't. Listen. I don't think that will happen. I think it's a little disrespectful to your boy Brook Lopez and some of the things he's done. Now, what I could see is, and it was what I talked about in kind of the opening, could I see him maybe closing a game, especially if you're up? If you're up 10-12, why not go all defense, all in? Like you said, JT, yeah, hell, Kuzma at 3, Giannis at 4, and Sims at 5. You could legitimately close with Dame, either KPJ or Gary Trent Jr.,
Well,
Kuz, Giannis, Sims as a defensive group if you're up 10, and I don't know if the other team scores another point.
yep. I like that. See, I like that. That's what we've been talking about. Like, man, Jericho Sims is, and it's kind of nice to see this because I didn't really know that much about him when he came.
Yeah.
And Jericho Sims is a guy where the numbers don't really tell the story, and you can see a few highlights here. But his assimilation, I got to give Doc credit here on the assimilation of Kevin Porter Jr., even though I think Kevin Porter Jr. is just a baller regardless. But the way he's come in and he's assimilated with this lineup, and also Jericho Sims. I mean, John Horst, you have hit on your midseason acquisitions, and even Kuzma, right? I know Kuzma has had some inefficient shooting nights the last, the majority of the last few games as well. But even Kuzma is in coming in and playing your part, playing that role. Because although Kuzma didn't look great offensively tonight, Kuzma plays defense. Kuzma gives you something on defense that you've not had in that slot for a while. So, yeah, I mean, man, like this team, I'm fine. I'm trying not to get too excited because I want to be measured about this thing. But can you imagine when Bobby comes back and what that does to your lineups and rotations, what that gives you? Man, Sims out there. Oh man, I think we're gonna be all right, guys. I really do.
I don't know who it is in the chat, but it comes in game after game after game, and Kuzma catches strays. I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand how you're gonna say Kuzma can't guard. We've put him on Luka. Luka was torturing people. He went 1 for 6. You put him on Siakam. He slows them down. Kuzma, do you realize Kuzma has guarded whoever their guy is getting buckets, and if they have scored on him, he's made it extremely difficult. I mean, as Bucks fans, I think we should really be given, like JT just mentioned, John Horst a heck of a lot of credit. We got to do Jericho Sims, who was barely even on the roster on the New York Knicks, for DeLon Wright. And then we got KPJ for Marjan. We are in such a great place, man. And I mean, when they tell you that offense wins championships and it's not defense in the current NBA, I feel like it's a little bit of half and half. And I feel like Kuzma just makes plays. He makes plays that need to be made to win a basketball game. Trey mentioned the back tap on the shot. He's in there. He's frustrating guys. If you don't think Kuz could play defense after watching him in Milwaukee, you'll never think he could play defense. You'll never think Kuz will be a great player. I understand it. You're probably still married to the other guy, so we just going to have to agree to disagree on it, because I bought the jersey at first just to show my solidarity with the front of the jersey for the Bucks, right? Saying that if we traded one of my favorite Bucks of all in my time of being on life, that I was still going to support the Bucks. But now I got the jersey. I ain't taking it back because he's been hooping since he got here, and I ain't taking it down the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you on again. It's the impact. It's the little things. It's the ability to switch, and it's the ability to have lineups that can do a lot of things. Again, I'll be first to tell you, Kuzma, just talking about Kuzma, he is out of control, wild, all the above. Doesn't make the best shot selection offensively, but talking about him offense and defense, you're talking about night and day, two different things. And again, I agree. I think he makes winning plays. I think he makes winning basketball plays. It's the little things I think that he does that don't necessarily show on the stat sheet. So yeah, if you look at 8 points, 4 of 11, you're gonna be like, what the hell is Kuzma out there doing? But if you're looking at what he can bring and what he can allow you to do with your lineups from a defensive perspective, yeah. And again, to me, I'll say this last thing on Kuzma. There are things that he does that are good. He had a back cut today that was beautiful, cutting to the basket. He had a couple nice little swooping layups as he gets inside. But the issue is offensively, he has 3 to 4 to 5 very, very negative plays, and those stand out a little bit more. It almost it really reminds me of, I'm not joking, it reminds me of Chris Middleton in the sense that, like, Chris would have, like, really good games, and then he'd have, like, 3 turnovers, but they'd be, like, the nastiest 3 turnovers that you see, like dribble it off my foot, damn. Like, somebody's pressuring me, lose the ball. Like Dame tonight, Dame had 2 turnovers. I could have sworn he had 5 because the turnovers that he had were nasty. But if it ends up being 2, it's not the worst. Dame ends up being a -10 tonight, and I thought he had a really good game. Honestly, I really did. William Moraine, shout out to the super chat. Man, I love you guys knocking the super chat. Says, man, this win had me hyped for the first time since the Cup final. I saw this team scramble in defense to get to the open man. Giannis and Dame were unguardable. Shout out to TP in the clutch. Yes, that is the thing. And again, I know a lot of people are down in this basketball team. And they have been. They don't see it. They don't see the vision. What I'm telling you is I see the vision. I see what John Horst saw and what front office saw from the Milwaukee Bucks when they made the midseason acquisitions. And, if you don't see it, you don't see it. But I do think, again, there is a pathway. Again, we talk about every week, Cleveland and Boston. But there is a pathway to, like, I truly believe that the only teams that should be, that even have a shot to beating you are Cleveland and Boston in the East. And, again, there's going to be tough matchups. You're going to have to play them. But you should be able to motor through everybody else. Detroit, non-factor. Indiana, you should get with either 4 or 5 games. New York will be a little bit of a problem because they have legitimate score makers and players that can play well. Cat and your boy Jalen Brunson, and they got OG and Josh Hart's gonna play, and they're gonna play hard for 48 minutes. So that will be tough. I can see that being a 6-7 game series. But the Bucks to me are a better basketball team. They have the better stars, and they should be able to handle a New York Knicks team. And then it's like, hey, does Cleveland show up when they're supposed to? Will the lights be too bright? And on Boston's side of things, hey, Tatum and Jaylen Brown are always having off games. They're always shooting the ball bad from 3 at times. Can you take advantage and capitalize on that kind of stuff? But I totally see the vision from this basketball team. They're just so much quicker. They're so much more athletic. They play so much faster. And again, if you can get Giannis and Dame, so tonight, 34-25. Somebody do some math for me. What's that? 50, 59?
59.
50. Think of, oh my God. They went 59 combined, 59 points, 20 rebounds, 15 assists. That will play. And again, all this talk about offense, you got to have Chris Middleton. And again, I'm not trying to disparage Chris Middleton. Another night, 6 players in double figures, you put up 126 points. I promise you, the offense is fine. You got to be able to get stops. You got to be able to switch all over the court. Matthew Adlard, Super Chat, says, foul on the Giannis dunk was such BS. That ref was so trash. Somebody, what was her name again? Somebody tell me her name?
Jenny
Schroeder.
I think Sammy said in the chat she was cute, though.
Hey.
I have no comment. Go ahead.
Look, we're not even halfway through the show. I ain't gonna turn into that yet.
Okay.
It
ain't even midnight. It ain't midnight yet.
Ain't gonna be talking too crazy. Not gonna turn into that dude with the do-rag and the fitted on. Trying to rap.
He thought about going there. He paused for a hard second.
Yeah.
It
ain't that.
By the way, I mean, like, y'all remember that 20 years ago? Everybody had do-rag and the fitted on. And it was like, yeah. I mean, I never actually subscribed to it.
You
Because
ain't
my
do
mom
that.
used to
You
jump
want to
all
say
over.
like 50 Cent?
My mom used to jump all over me about leaving the house and going on with your do rag on in public. So I always felt bad. I was like, damn, I can't
I
buy like
still can't get with the man. I was driving the other day. I saw a lady on the side of the road. I don't know if she car broke down or what. And I mean, she got out the car with the damn bonnet. I don't understand the bonnets out in public. I really don't. I really don't get the bonnets out in public. I really don't.
that.
I'm not a
No,
fan. Do what
I just
you
don't
want to do at the
understand.
crib. I'm not a fan of bonnets out in public. That's all I'm saying.
If you gotta curl the you gotta do
Curl that at
you
the
curling your hair
house.
trying to keep your
Do that
stuff
at the
right.
house. You
Say
ain't doing
what?
do all that at the house.
Listen, man. Here's how I feel. I feel like if you're gonna leave the crib with your bonnet in, or like what's the little shower cap joint? I guess the bonnet kind of looks like that too. If you're gonna leave the crib like that, you gotta be in house shoes too. You can't be you can't be in some running shoes or some J's or something, and you got the bonnet on. Nah, you got to be in the house shoes too if you're gonna leave with that on, because you literally got to look like, oh, I just rolled out the bed and ran up to the store real fast. You can't. Basically, what I'm saying is you can't be out and looking comfortable with the bonnet.
Hey, it's 2025. Now they got the bonnets to match the fits.
And well,
Yeah.
25, Angel Reese, not Angel Reese, what's her name? Asia Wilson. She got a hoodie. She has like a branded hoodie now with like the satin with the material from when she has her hood on, it's that material. So it's basically like a bonnet. It's a more classy
Oh,
bonnet because which hey, that I like. Hey, you need to keep it wrapped. However you want to do it, cool. Got your hoodie on, you can do it that way.
hey man.
Louis Lamont said y'all up there looking like Key and Peele.
Okay.
Okay. Matthew. Oh, I see now. Matthew. Why you gotta do that? He said female refs should ref the WNBA. Yeah, I said it. See, why are we going
We
there?
weren't
Why are
trying
we
to take
doing
it
that?
there.
Why are we doing
Nobody
that?
was trying to take it
We
there,
wasn't
and
doing that. I wasn't doing that.
Especially not on National Women's History Month or whatever it is,
Yeah,
Matthew.
man.
Oh
See,
my
come on
God.
now. Come on,
They got
Matthew.
a
Come
couple
on,
good ones.
Matthew.
You
Viola
got to
Davis
pull
was
it
good. What
off.
was her name? Was it
Jenna,
or was it Violet?
Jenna Schroeder.
Violet Palmer. She was
Yeah,
Look
good.
up
she was
Jenna Schroeder. Let
she
me
the
see if
first
I can
one.
find her
Huh?
LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's gonna
Like,
say NBA official. Louis Lamont said, "Let's go, Prince. 5 steals and closes out tonight's game with 7 points." Tesman says refs tried hard to give the game to the Pacers and that weak ass dude Hallie. Siyabanga Sithole says, "Yes, sir. Get those losers out of here." Lewis also said TP looked like Tayshaun Prince tonight with the 5 steals. Quick draw McGraw says Sims and Giannis together defensively is nasty work. Bucks need to play them together. 2 bigs can guard all 5 positions. George Garrett says, I don't understand why Giannis brings the ball up when KP Jr. is in the game. Allow KPJ to dictate the pace. There was a play where Kevin Porter Jr., I thought, and again, I keep wondering why Damian Lillard can't do this. They tried that weak-ass press that they be running. They run that stupid-ass press. And Kevin Porter Jr. just ran right past it. I think he got an assist to somebody. But like Dame can't seem to break that press. I don't get it. I don't know if he doesn't dribble as well as he used to. I don't know if he seems like he's having problems in the doubles and the blitzes sometimes. But now Kevin Porter Jr. can get out of control too. But I thought did he even have a turnover tonight? Kevin Porter Jr. didn't have a turnover tonight, which again, passed the eye test. I didn't think he didn't look like he had one. But Giannis had 6, but I'm sure like all of them were charges. But yeah, I mean, I guess I get where you're coming from with that, and Kevin Porter Jr. is doing a good job as long as he's under control. Yeah, he has a better handle than Damian. I mean, I could argue he has a better handle than Damian Lillard. I really could.
yeah, he definitely has some grips on him, man, and he can maneuver it to stop and stutter and stuff that he does. Dame did a little bit of it tonight though, but just not as much as KPJ. But remember, KPJ is what 10 years younger than Dame, so and KPJ is also playing a quarter of the minutes that Dame's playing too. So I hear
He
you.
making a quarter of the money too. So I need my guy that's making $50 million to not turn the ball over and have a little more presence as a veteran and care for the basketball a little more. That's all. I don't feel like that's an unreasonable ask. And I get it. Damian Lillard's a scoring player. He's looking to score. But at the end of the day, he's my point guard. And when I think about a point guard, I think about Damian Lillard is the guy that I'm giving the keys to the car to. Even Giannis is all everything for this basketball team. Everybody else get in where you fit in, but the point guard has the keys to the car. That's my if I'm the dad, that's my son. Hey son, keys to the car. Don't wreck my car. That's all I'm asking for out of Damon. You can't wreck my car. And turnovers are wrecking my car. And that's all I'm asking is as a point guard, I get it. You go out in this new age of point guard. Everybody don't play like prime Chris Paul. Everybody don't play like prime John Stockton and those or prime Jason Kidd. The guys now, everybody's got to score 30 points a night. I get that. But at the end of the day, you're still my point guard. You initiate my offense. I need you to take care of the ball.
I agree with that, and I don't really want to get into this too much tonight, but I will say that, like, you're saying that Dame, you're giving him the keys to the car. You're telling him, don't turn this thing over, don't be reckless, don't crash my car. I feel like we giving Dame the keys. No, I'm giving you keys to accelerate that car, move this thing forward, get this thing going. Like, what we doing? Like, I'm expecting a lot more from him, like you're talking about too, the $50 million as well. And I agree, part of that is distribution, but also a lot of that is, hey man, protect that basketball, and that is an issue. And I know Giannis had the turnover tonight too, which I think we'll eventually get to. But look, I mean, I haven't gone back and looked at the turnovers over the last 3 games to see if there's a trend or anything here. I don't think so, but if it is, then I think you may have an issue there.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. And so my issue with the Dame turnovers and even some of the Giannis turnovers tonight, because I know the chat's killing us about Giannis had 6.
Yeah, three of them are fouls though. It's not the same thing when it's a live ball turnover versus a charge, and we're gonna set our defense. Those are not the same thing. Right. Sorry.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's kind of what I was gonna get at about the charges. But then we did have a back-to-back possession when it was both of our all-stars with late. And the thing is with us, when you look at these Bucks, sometimes the reason why we have turnovers because we have lazy passes, assuming these guys aren't going to jump the passing lane. You got to know your personnel, know who you're playing against. Indiana loves to get into them passing lanes, loves to get deflections and stuff like that. So you got to make sure that pass is crisp and on point where it needs to go. And I thought we saw a couple lackluster possessions from Dame and Giannis on that, but that's okay because remember, we're learning. Yeah, Giannis had the 6 and we know that 2 out of those 6 were bogus offensive fouls. I also thought that Brooks' offensive fouls, 1 or 2 of those was a little bit questionable too. I mean, we gonna call everything, or we just gonna, whatever. But hey, man, everybody got to be better with that ball, man. We getting ready for the playoffs now, man.
Yeah, and honestly, Daniel Chicantrell says total Giannis blinders. Or like, no, I'm not. These aren't blinders. But when one guy's putting up, when one guy has 35, is put up 35 points and 10 rebounds, yeah, no, I'm gonna give him a break. He's also not the point guard. And again, if you want me, and again, I'm not even trying to get into to Dame because I thought Dame had a good game tonight. But again, my issue, you're telling me this, Giannis ain't my point guard. Like, I expect him to turn the ball over if he has that ball. My issue is my point guard can't get off a press. So he got to get a damn ball up because he can't get off the press. He can't break a press. So Giannis has to take the ball off the court. They said, oh, well, he gets double teamed. So remember that he got to be a decoy. I don't want to hear any of that. And again, you talk about blinders. The issue is for me, I don't come down on people unless I know that they can play at a different level. I'm not sitting here crying about Jericho Sims and how he plays offensively. Because I don't expect him to do anything on offense. I expect greatness from great players. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, you can talk about turnovers and everything of that nature from Giannis, and that's fine. But again, Giannis was a +2 tonight. Dame was a -10. So there's a big difference between how guys play and what they play and what they're asked to do as well. Because if you really want to come down, then I'd be talking about Damian Lillard's defense every single night. That's nothing. Do I sit here and talk? I don't think we ever come in and evaluate Dame's defense on a night-to-night basis. We don't do it. Because, again, I know he's going to take some possessions off. I know he's not. I know you're going to put him on the weakest guy defensively. So again, all turnovers are not created equal. all players are not created equal. Giannis has to go out and take on a tough defensive matchup every night. Giannis has to go out and roam the court and try to block shots and play pass lanes and play and protect the rim and grab rebound and do all those little things as well. Those are things we don't ask of Damian Lillard. And we're not going to be upset that he doesn't do them because it's not in his skill set to do. So what I'm talking about when we talk about blinders and who's doing what, I'm talking about, are you doing the things that your skill set allows you to do? That's what. So again, I just want to make that point with that Daniel's trying to say, like, you got to talk about these turnovers. No, because again, if that was the case, I could, if you really want me to break down everybody's game, we really could. We don't. I choose not to do that. I'm not about to sit here and talk about why didn't Dame stop Tyrese Halliburton? I would never do that. I would never do that because I don't expect him to.
One last thing about the Giannis turnovers too. I would give him 2.5 turnovers tonight because remember, one of those turnovers, and Novak kind of hit on it, where he was pushed in the back, and the ref said there was no knee-to-knee contact on a bogus challenge that Indiana won, and that's how they overturned it. So I mean, it's not apples to apples. That's all I'm saying. I think I'm with you and JT on this one.
Yeah. And then I don't understand Daniel's point here. You can't say it was most of the game. This is what the game ended up. Giannis +2, Dame was -10. That's how it ended. Quick Draw McGraw is also Giannis at the top of the arc, going 105 is bad offense. Give the ball to Dame or KPJ. I get that. I understand it. But again, since people in the chat talking about the blinders, one guy shot 74% from the field tonight. One guy shot 74%, one guy shot 46%. Anybody want to take a guess who shot what? So again, don't tell me about turnovers when one guy missed more shots than one guy missed 5 shots tonight. One guy missed 8, 7. So again, so take 2 turnovers away because he didn't miss multiple shots. I don't know where we're going. I don't get the whole. Listen, you're gonna be hard pressed for me to criticize Giannis. Like, he's gonna have an objectively bad game for me to come out and criticize the guy who does everything for this franchise every single night. NYC Demon with the super chat says, great win versus the front runners. Refs were horrible. I need resignations immediately. One thing, TP has to be better on the break. I don't know what he sees. I agree with that. Tori Prince on fast breaks, horrible.
Yes.
And here's again, this is one thing I give Kuz a lot of credit for. First thing you should do is pass the ball to Giannis. You should be looking at Giannis every single time. Every single time. And TP, I have no idea why on breaks he thinks he turns into Giannis. I don't know who the hell he thinks he is. I don't know who he thinks he is, but he has some really, really, really bad turnovers. I'm so
upset because TP the one that messed up my parlay tonight. He the one passed that ball behind Kuz when he had a wide open layup. Right. That's my parlay. That's all I had, JT. I have nothing educated.
Hey man, that probably would have been impressive too.
Man.
Well, your odds, I don't know what your odds had to be, but it was something crazy.
Dog, $5 to 200. It would have been a great night.
Shit, you ain't had no cash out. You only need 1 point. You ain't no cash out option.
Nope, not with a 25 bagger.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna keep going. Dan says the other one shooting for 5 feet, one shooting for 30 feet. That's not my problem. It's not my problem. The one guy shoots from 30 feet and one guy shoots from 5 feet. Sorry, yeah, that's why he's more efficient. He shoots from closer range. Sorry about that.
Did you mention Giannis from the free throw line? What was he tonight from the free throw line?
From the free throw line, excellent, 6 of 6 tonight. He did an excellent job from the line. Really good stuff from him. Somebody wanted us to mention the foul from, I think that was Neesmith. What'd you guys make of the flagrant foul that was taken on Giannis? I'll let you guys give me your thoughts there.
I thought it was absolutely bogus. The thing is, man, and I'm glad. So sometimes we look at some of this NBA stuff, and I mean, I think the other day during the Marquette game, you saw Chase Ross get a flagrant foul for having his elbow up and inadvertently hitting the dude because it touches his face, and that's an automatic flagrant. I don't like those plays so much because I think you need a little bit of intent with the elbow, in my opinion, for it to be a flagrant foul. I understand what the rule is now, but this is a good flagrant foul because when you're pulling a guy out of the air like that, you can hurt him. There's all types of ligaments and stuff like that. We've been without the playoffs for 2 years with Giannis, so I thought it was absolutely bogus. If you can't make a play for the ball, then you just need to let the dude score. Hey, real quick, JT, because just one thing I forgot in the beginning, we talked about the 4.5 seconds that Ajax played, the Thanasis role. The other big thing we forgot to mention, he had a great foul on Halliburton.
That
A
was.
great foul to let you know, I got 6. We got 7 seconds left in this quarter. I'm going to give you a physical clean foul to let you know I'm here, and that's why he missed that shot. Sorry, JT, I forgot that in the beginning.
No, you're good. And look, I agree with you on that flagrant take, and I do think player safety has got to be important. But again, I don't have a problem with the league at least trying to protect its stars. I certainly think you do. I think you owe that to your stars as well. We've talked about the whistle that Giannis gets versus other players, and I mean it kind of is what it is. I get the football example of Trey's homeboy Cam Newton, right? Where Giannis is, I mean, yeah, you can beat Giannis up. There's some players that you can just beat up. They're gonna give you a little bit more, but yeah, I don't mind hard fouls on Giannis, but period. But I do think, when there are fouls where you certainly endanger the safety of someone, I think that's a problem, like a legitimate safety issue. So, yeah.
Yeah, Tish says this is the second time a player has pushed or pulled Giannis while in the air. And yeah, I think, again, to me, I don't mind. I saw some people saying, oh, it's a playoff foul, it's a hard foul. I'd say I don't mind hard fouls. I don't mind playoff fouls. I appreciate that kind of stuff. And again, Giannis is a 7 feet tall. He's a wrecking ball coming through the lane. Sometimes there's no way to stop him but to foul him. But my thing is, you have to make a play on the ball. That's all I'm saying. I know you want to stop him. I know you want to, maybe you want him to shoot free throw. I'm cool with that. You got to make a play on the ball. I don't mind hard foul, but it's got to be a play on the ball. And to me, that was not. My issue with Neesmith was that was not a play on the ball. And when you grab it, just like I don't like when Buddy was grabbing him around the neck, or you're just trying to grab his shoulders. To me, those are flagrant fouls. Like, you're not making a play on the basketball. And tonight, that's what it was. Giannis is going up. Again, if you want to try to swipe at his wrist or something, that's fine. This was, I have no way to stop him. You're behind him anyway. And yeah, you just pulled him down to the ground. So I don't appreciate it. Talk about player safety. He's an airborne player. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Who is this in here? Go ahead.
The first foul on Halliburton by Giannis, where he gave him a physical rake across the arms, went for the ball. That's a good hard playoff foul. That other stuff, it's bogus. I think Tish was talking about one of them Wagner boys pushed him in the air, and man. And I know all of us are going to be hypersensitive as Bucks fans because we haven't had Giannis for these last 2 playoffs. And you don't want it to be for something bogus like that. I mean, remember one of the years we lost him because Kevin Love, jumping, no defense playing behind, got him there and tried to take a charge when the dude was already in the air. And that's what cost us the series in. So it's just tough, man. And you just can't have that stuff happen. Sorry.
No, you're right. You have to protect guys. You have to especially protect superstars like Giannis. And so again, tonight was just one of those games. And so the officials, I think they got that right, although they got a lot of stuff wrong. Tonight it was just a poor officiated game, especially like I said, that last 6 minutes was just, I mean, it was abysmal to sit around and watch. But again, just shows you how good the Bucks were tonight. Because they found a way. He had some turnovers late, but you just continue to find a way, and that's why getting up 15, getting up 19, getting up 20 is important because it makes the other team have a long way to come back to try to beat you. And again, I felt like the Bucks. It felt like they were 15, 20 points better tonight, and there were a couple runs that Indiana had, including the end of the game. But I listen, man. I'll take it. You go 3-1 over the Pacers. And you have a tough one tomorrow night is it in OKC? Is it home too? At the crib. So Fiserv needs to be loud again tomorrow night. And we'll see how it goes. And there's gonna be no excuse for a back-to-back because OKC played the night as well. So let's line the ball up, check ball, and let's go. 2 teams on the back-to-back. Let's roll.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they come out tomorrow night, and hopefully the Bucks keep this momentum up. Come out swinging, 100%. Come out swinging. Go ahead and bury OKC like you did in that tournament. Let's go ahead and give them that work. Give them the beats. Come on. Hey, come all the way out to the Fiserv. We're gonna give you a to-go plate. Let's go back the ass again.
Oh, you said to-go plate?
Yeah, we're gonna give you the yeah, right. 2-piece combo with a to-go plate. Let's go.
All right, maybe you can get it to go. You know what else you can get it to go plate at?
Curly's.
Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. You can go out there, get you to go plate out there on Lakeview Boulevard, Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Enjoy yourself out there at Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. Anybody know where this game gonna be at tomorrow? What it's gonna be on? How can we watch it?
Oh, it's gonna be on ESPN.
Oh,
We
that's
about to,
that's
it's
a national TV game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you know what that
$3
means.
beer and pints.
There you go. $3 bottles and pints out at Curly's, national televised game for the Milwaukee Bucks. Go out there to Curly's. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. And on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you know you got to get to Curly's. Why is that?
Bingo and trivia.
Bingo and trivia. Every Wednesday night bingo. Every Thursday night trivia. You can win Bucks tickets. Section 102, row 23, seats 1 and 2. Go out there and get your go to Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. Man, just please tell them the Guru sent you. Tell them the Cream City Crossover sent you. Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. Proud sponsor of the Cream City Crossover. Bucks tonight. Good win. They still sit in 4th place. Let me see. They still sit in 4th place. Just people just continue to they just hate Tyrese Halliburton. I really don't understand the all the hate. It's very odd.
For Halliburton?
She's not Halliburton for Kyle Kuzma. Somebody said so. Here's this
I was
guy.
about to say it's justified for him.
Let me read it. So this guy, the undeniable 34, he says people will say because I said Kyle Kuzma's defense is elite. He says people will say stuff like this. But then I look at the stats and see that it's rearranged furniture. Optimism or just agenda pushing? Or maybe emotional reactivity. Who knows? Chris's defensive rating, 115. Kyle's defensive rating, 117. Wow, what an obvious improvement. And again, what I'm going to say to that? Anybody know?
The best availability.
Well, that too. But what I'll say is basketball is meant to be watched, not read. So when you're sitting here and you telling me some number of a rating here or a rating there or whatever. No. That doesn't hit for me. It doesn't hit for me. I'm watching. And if you're sitting here and you're telling me, you're literally looking at me and telling me that Chris Middleton's defense is on the same level as Kyle Kuzma, again, you want to talk offense? Cool. I'll hang up and listen. Defense? I'm not. If you found a number that is telling you that Kyle Kuzma's defense is worse than Chris Middleton's, I'm telling you that stat is ass. That's what I'm telling you. You have found some type of number that makes no sense because my eyes tell me again. So to me, that's what I'm saying. You have to break down. Don't give me a number. Break down what he does better than Kyle Kuzma defensively. Does he rebound better on the defensive glass? Hell no. Does he move his feet better on defensive glass? Hell no. Does he give more effort on defensive glass? On the defensive side of the ball? Hell no. Is he out there just picking people's pockets? Hell no. What does he move laterally better? Hell no. Does he move horizontally? What does he do? Tell me the single thing he does better. Last I checked, Chris wasn't playing defense with his hips. Again, the end of the game, the Wizards. I'm just saying, the Wizards won tonight and beat the Denver. I'm just saying it because people. I don't want to keep talking about them, but people keep bringing it up. The Wizards won tonight and beat the Denver Nuggets. Chris Middleton didn't close the game. They beat the Nuggets tonight. Jordan Poole hit a game winner. Last 4 minutes of the game, Chris Middleton he can't play 20 minutes. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell because I'm to be honest. We got to be honest about this, right? Let's be honest about this. They beat the Denver Nuggets tonight. All starters for the Washington Wizards played at least 30 minutes. Chris Middleton, 1952. So he was on a 20-minute restriction tonight. That's what I'm talking about. The guy can't play. He can't play. He can't play. He don't want to. I'm gonna say he don't want to play. He doesn't play. So you're giving me these numbers for a guy that can't play 20 minutes? Come on, man. Be serious.
And the credit to Kuzma, for at least if Kuzma's shots aren't falling, he can find other ways to impact the game consistently. And you look at that, like you talked about that with the hustle plays and defense and getting out there and making cuts, setting screens and everything else too. And the whole thing about the Chris Middleton thing that I will say, and I will say this every time, we're not saying that Kyle Kuzma has had a better career than Chris Middleton. We're not saying that Kyle Kuzma has been a better Buck than Chris Middleton. But what we are saying is that with where both players are now, Kyle Kuzma is much more valuable to you than Chris Middleton because Kyle Kuzma can do a multitude of things that Chris Middleton could not.
So
Good.
I'm a huge, I am a huge Chris Cash Money Middleton fan, but I just can't stand for the blasphemy, man. Like you people that want to do all this Kuzma versus Middleton comparison, we done told you umpteen times that they're not the same. We not comparing Chris in his all-star years to Kyle right now. But one thing we gonna tell you, I saw Chris Middleton play this year. I saw him out of 4 possessions, 2 out of the 4 possessions were grab and take fouls against the Clippers. Like, stop the bastardry of the comments when we talking about Kyle Kuzma's guarding Luka.
Right. I wouldn't even you wouldn't even ask Chris Middleton to guard Luka.
Tyler Hero.
No.
He's guarding all-stars, perennial best players in the game. Chris was struggling against a God darn, what's the dude?
Me?
Yo, you silly. What's the dude? I can't even think of the backup from the Clippers he was grabbing. He grabbed the dude like 3 times. Like, dog, this is some Conference USA dude. Hey, and it's no shade to Middleton. Middleton's better days are behind him. Like, we need a swear jar. But the swear jar is gonna be the Middleton jar.
Man, I would love it if we didn't have to bring this up again. I would love it if we didn't have to bring this up again because it's a broken record. But I don't know, man. Like the thing is we don't organically bring this up, but I don't know. It's just a chat. So maybe we just start ignoring those comments. Right?
I try to, but it's hard. It's hard. I mean, literally, what you have is people who literally chime in every day. That's their whole MO is Chris is record. That's all they do.
They're Middleton truthers, right? They're literally Middleton truthers. But the problem is, well, so one question I want is this the same person? Somebody got a bunch of burner accounts?
Nah, this isn't him.
Or is there like a group of people?
But again, tonight, I just look at the stat. People talk about the offense tonight. Chris Middleton had 10 points tonight, 4 of 10. He's 4 of 10, so it ain't like he lightened it up every night. He had 10 points. Kyle Kuzma had 8. So oh my God, Kyle Kuzma was 4 of 11. Chris Middleton was 4 of 10 tonight.
But the thing is, when you're looking at a lot of these people,
what we doing?
They would rather crash and burn and still say they can wear their 22 jersey instead of as a throwback as a current jersey than watch this team legitimately have a chance to potentially go on an Eastern Conference NBA Finals run with Kyle Kuzma, because you don't get KPJ if Middleton's not traded, and you definitely don't get Jericho Sims because it was a 3-way back behind the scenes deal. Like, you listen, Middleton was great. His numbers should be retired. If you want to watch him and you want to put on red and blue and white, please do that. But dog, you overload the chat every time we come up. Middleton this, Middleton that, Middleton this, Middleton that. All I know, I don't know what Middleton did tonight. I thank y'all in the chat for letting me know. But I know Kyle Kuzma had the play that won this game by forcing that ball back and took another 10 seconds off that clock.
Well, again, and Daniel says stop watching Middleton's stats. But again, that's the only thing. The only thing you can give me over is because you can't go with the eye test. So now you have to give me stats to tell me why. So when I go to stats, then it's not about not about something else. The other one Daniel says is where's Giannis? Where's he been the last 2 playoffs? Maybe trying to run through defenders. It takes a toll. A little more passing leads to more attempts. And wrong again. And now this one directly goes back to Chris Middleton. What are you talking about? Maybe if he wasn't running through 3 defenders, maybe if he had guys that could also play 30 minutes beside him instead of only playing 15 games a year on a 20-minute minutes restriction, maybe he wouldn't have to overexert himself. Maybe he'd have some guys to pass to. That's what the problem was. NYC Demon with another super chat. He says the guy in the comment section is being stupid. Giannis is 80% at the rim on Shaq volume, 64% true shooting with bad free throw shooting. Giannis is one of the most efficient players of all time. Respect Giannis. That's a good. There we go. Good one from NYC Demon. I was getting worried about the chat, but I'm glad NYC Demon brought us back here and made some sense in the world. To Tony World says Chris Middleton's last 2 plays is a buck. Were turnovers. NYC Demon says Daniel been saying dumb stuff all day, and KML M92 says K Mid not worth $30 million. That's the issue.
These jokers got me sweating in here today, man. Talk about all this Middleton stuff, man.
Yeah,
God
man.
dog, JT.
The bad thing is on a win. That's what I really don't get. We're having to do Middleton conversations on a win. Like, it's one thing y'all coming here talking Middleton when we lose, but on a win now, and now we winning games against a team we just lost to, damn near belt to ass all game long, and y'all still doing the Middleton talk. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's see what Twitter's talking about. Maybe they not talking about Chris Middleton. On the Twitter, Jay Phil in Texas says, Giannis will get you 2 games. Dame will get you 1. Just need the others to get you 1 more game. I guess he's talking about a series against the Pacers. At JR Horvath says, that Pacers team just does not go away. Like a pesky mosquito, Giannis can dominate the team at will. Just don't turn the damn ball over. KPJ might be the piece that wins this team a series. What an acquisition. Love Simmons' energy and defense. Kuz would be awesome with a 3. At E-Man is Mayo 95 something says Pacers were playing on a back-to-back and played really well. You lot rely, can't even type. You lot rely on Giannis so much. As soon as he was ejected, we got it within 3. Shut up, dork. At Jules ESQ says Bucks can actually increase the lead now when Giannis sits. Getting athletes at the deadline in Kuz, KPJ, and Sims greatly improves our lineup flexibility. Giannis is always dominant. When Dame plays to his standards, the Bucks are going to steamroll through everybody. At Chris55211 says we would sweep the Pacers if we met them in the playoffs. Let's do a couple more here. At MadSkills789 says Doc sucks. Period. He's a maestro on blowing big leads, and it's 100% his fault. Brooke had no place to play in the 4th quarter. The moment he subbed him in, Pacers gained momentum. The fact that he can't understand it and keeps doing it is the worst part. Bucks need a better coach. And then let's just do one more. Yeah, I know.
We lost tonight?
You would think that. And the Wisconsin kid, he says solid win. Sims and Porter's are difference makers. Refs were straight trash. Prince actually played well. Let's beat OKC tonight. Now, I'll do one more. Last one. At True Bucks fan 78 says, I don't know who's worse, the lady or the ball-headed ref. Always good times on Twitter.
Shout out to the Wisconsin kid in the building tonight, too, man. I think he said he had pretty good seats tonight, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah, he was. And again, we want to appreciate, again, if you like what's going on, if you enjoy this basketball team, let me say this. If you enjoyed the win tonight, hit the like button for us as the Bucks beat the Indiana Pacers tonight. Yeah, QuackMe22 says, Kuz, GOAT, no hate allowed. And Rick Evans says, I get it. You guys will always defend and praise Kuz. No, that's, again, so I not go further. No, that's not, again, the crazy thing is, I don't know if you guys don't listen. I don't know what the issue is. Did I not just say Kuz was wild, out of control? He does some things that he shouldn't do on offense. That's what he said. It's not, again, it's not that you're not allowed, you're always defending it and praising Kuzma. That's not even what this is. Again, what I am happy is that we've got a guy that can actually go play basketball. That's one thing. But number 2, he's been a Buck for what, over a little over a month. Again, this is like why you want to bully the new kid in school? Why is that's what y'all do when a new kid come in from out of town? Y'all just gang up on him. Why would I do that? Again, yeah, I'll talk about Brooke. He done been here for the last 5 years. Get it together. Talk about anybody else. Pat Connaughton been here forever. I ain't gonna say. Why I'm gonna say? Why would I have something? Hey, who we were real nice to at the beginning? DeLon Wright. Till he became unplayable. And if Kuz becomes unplayable, I'll talk about him too. So again, you know who I used to be real nice to? Chris Middleton. Till he didn't play 20 minutes a night. Then I gotta say something. So when it gets like that, then I will talk about it. But the guy again, stick it up in the playoffs. You lose his playoff games, then we'll talk about you. But right now, you play a high-level, efficient defense. Again, you have some trouble spots on offense. Yeah, again, it's not. Again, what I'm not going to do is bash him. That's what I'm not going to do. I will defend him from unnecessary and a lot of hate. I'm not going to allow that. Not here. That's what I'm not going to do.
I mean, I just think it's one of those things where people were so emotionally attached to 2021. They're so emotionally attached to that core, and maybe this was something that was going to happen once you moved a member of that core. Once you move someone, maybe this was just inevitable. It didn't really matter who it was if you moved the core member. But I think the people who are upset about Chris is clearly not over this year. It's not over how he was playing this year and why he was moving. It's just because their memory of him is a certain thing, and they think he should still be here. And I got to say, the people who are arguing that, it's a very irrational take at that point. It is solely an emotional take. And what do we not do with Trey? I don't deal with emotional men. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not. I don't have this in me. I don't have this in me. I can't deal with emotional men. It just doesn't work for me. So, not to say that there might be some ladies in the chat too, but I'm speaking to the fellas.
Hey, so
you got your damn feelings and step in the reality.
And Tish has a great. Tish is this is an insanely great point where she says, wasn't Drew Holiday, and we talked about this. How many times we talked about this? She says, wasn't Drew Holiday stinking up the joint on offense for us in the playoffs? But his defense helped us win a chip. I mean, that might be a comment of the night.
I wish I could like that. I wish I could like that twice.
Drew Holiday. Remember, we talked about all the. He was shooting tour dates. He's shooting tour dates, but his defense was elite. And guess when we got him up out of here? We got him up out of here when Jimmy Butler put 50 on his head. And again, if we had to face Jimmy, I know he plays in the West now. But yeah, if somebody if Kuz ain't playing well offensively and he has a matchup and somebody puts up 50 on him and says, I own you, that's when I will then say, get his ass up out of here. Because that will be, and if we lose a series because Kuzma on defense is getting cooked to where dude is looking him in the eye saying, I own you, you're nothing, look at you dead in the eye, no fear. That that will be the breaking point for me. But I have faith right now that that's not gonna happen.
I don't think you'll ever see that as well. And to call us Kuzma defenders is just crazy because if anything, I probably would have been. And I mean, how many times we get in debates to start the year where I was like, man, we got to take it easy on Chris. He had 2 ankle surgeries. The brother had to learn how to walk. Like, hey, I don't know which one of y'all said that in the chat, homie, but I'm a Bucks defender, right? Like, I'll be the only one on the panel that's riding for Bobby, riding for Brooke. But if you watch the basketball game, if you watch the entire basketball game, and you truthfully, and I feel like every Bucks fan has a high IQ level when it comes to basketball.
Yeah.
We gonna speak it. We gonna keep it positive. We almost on Sunday in the South, Trey. You gotta understand there's more than just a missed layup that leads to a win or a loss. Kuzma is doing everything possible. We talked about it on the missed shot where he bats the ball back, and we keep 10 seconds off that clock. When you're up by 5 or 6 with under 25 seconds left to go, that's valuable. It's not us defending him. The other night when he stunk up the joint, we said, hey, Kuz can play better than this, and it's not a good night. And everybody gets a smoke from my seat, and I think these other 2 brothers and, the homie Chris King too, if Giannis has a night where he stinks it up or he makes a bonehead play, we call him out on the play. The thing what you're looking at about 34, I don't think I've ever, since he's been a Milwaukee Buck for the entire 48 minutes, he's had a stinker. He may have bad plays that we can talk about and stuff like that. Hey man, but look, man.
Yeah, it's because his stinkers are like 15 and 8, and that's like, hey, he ain't played well enough tonight. That's what his stinkers look like. But yeah, no, I'm with you on all of that. I try to get off the cool stuff, but because I feel like it does feel repetitive. But to your point though, I'll pivot off to your point about Bobby. How many times we come here and talk about how bad Bobby was, how I wanted him off the team, and the stretch that he had, I don't know if it was like a good 3-4 weeks before the deadline stretch that he had, where he played phenomenal basketball. And we come in here and we said it every time. He played really, really, really good basketball. So, again, you play well, we'll call you out for it. You play terrible, we'll call you out for that as well. Bucks winning tonight, 126.
Killing it.
119. Yeah, she's always killing it in the chat. 126-119. Bucks beat the Pacers tonight, fellas. I give you guys last word before we go to game balls. And JT, we'll let we do the game. We do the game balls a little different. We have the AKAs that we throw in there, and Justin, show us how we do it. Before we get to that, though, if you
We
could,
got to throw some slow music on right now or something for the game ball announcements or what?
huh? Slow music. I don't know what I don't know what you just.
Wait, Justin, are you a Kappa?
No, we're not AKAs. Like you have just you see what
Them
I'm talking
too. Them too, though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but
All of them.
yeah, but
I
that's
was
not
about
what we're
to
getting
put
at.
the slow jams on for
Nah,
people
that's
about
not
their
what we're
game
getting at.
balls. I don't know, Justin, what friend are you?
I'm a Kappa. Shout out to Trey Pops, though. He my favorite Omega now.
Got the red and white cane. Where
See
that?
Kane strolling through the Cream City cross.
Hey, I know he's doing. That's what I'm saying. I know it. I'm already know what to do. I know. I'm about to get him
Go
going.
back in the joint now.
Hey,
Oh
there you
yeah,
go.
see,
There you
right?
go.
Yeah.
There you
He's
go.
about
There
to
you
be doing
go.
all this with it and everything. I'm already knowing y'all get down.
All right.
Hey, man, I'm just saying we got room for Trey. We got room for JT too. We got room for Chris King too. Come on in the room.
I don't know.
I
seen some news stories. They out here. Hey now.
You see some.
Hey man, leave Pops alone, man. Too soon, man. It's too soon, man.
Hey,
you see some what?
You ain't seen it. You ain't checked the news, JT. Yeah.
News.
You don't want. Yeah, them lines get a little hectic. Well, they get a little hectic.
That wasn't us though.
What are y'all talking about? Y'all talking about down at Southern?
Yeah.
Oh, they wild. See,
that's you trying to. It's a little rough.
Hey man,
a little rough.
How about Shaka Smart? You gotta change subject on that.
Change the subject.
Shaka Smart also got a membership in the Light Skin Club.
Yeah, but okay. Let's get back to the thing. So back to final words before we go to game balls. Anything else you want to get on the Bucks win 126-119?
Just glad we finished, man. Just glad we finished, and you saw that taking the belt to ass again, 19 in the first half.
My dad said he said he ain't thinking about me.
What he said?
He said, Rude Justin, I ain't thinking about the guru. Okay. I hear you, man. I hear you. He's a little, don't be salty at me, man. Don't be salty at me. I'm just saying. Get y'all people right.
The rest of the night, man. We gonna keep it here for Pops, dog.
All right. I hear you. It's your turn for the game for your thoughts.
Last thoughts, man. I really wanted to make sure that we got Tish's comment in. Hey, but real quick to your Pops too. The starting five of Kappas will kill the starting five of Omegas all time. Who wants smoke? We got more Hall of Famers than anybody in the Greek world. Anyways, Tish.
You know Michael Jeffrey Jordan's a Q, right?
And Shaq? Oh yeah, y'all might be.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan is a Q.
I mean, that's nice.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now Shaq and Mike, boy, y'all might be in some trouble.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm just making that point.
Might
like,
be in some trouble.
Little known fact about Michael Jeffrey Jordan is he's a Q.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. I go Wilton Bill Russell in the starting five.
Okay.
Oscar Robinson, the point guard. Should we keep going? Or are we gonna chill?
Okay.
Penny might come off the bench.
Okay. This is another look around conversation though, but let's get back to
but for real.
I feel like Shaq gives Wilt work, Shaq gives Bill Russell work. I mean, I'm just saying, like, and I'm not trying to knock those guys because those guys are absolutely phenomenal, but I do think that Shaq gives both of them Shaq gives both of them work.
All right. Let me try to get us back on track here so we
so Tish was at, unfortunately, there's a large amount of Bucks fans that are waiting for Kuz to fail just because who he was traded for. Absolutely agree with that. And I feel like that could be like our last comment ever on Middleton because, I mean, she brings it. Tonight was just a good, impressive win from bell to bell for us. I thought we did the necessary things. I don't think this game was ever in doubt. I don't know. Halliburton's wrist must have been something wrong with it, though, because he wasn't doing this tonight, though. And Dame was hitting them 30-footers in his face, though. Just a good basketball win. I think we still need to take a picture of a homeboy getting dunked on with that fake offensive foul and let him know that that wasn't no offensive foul. That was an and one.
Yeah, definitely for sure should have been an and one. I agree with both you guys, man. That this is good to finish out. Again, I thought it was a little closer than the score indicated. 126-119. I think to me it was pretty clear that we beat them a lot harder than that. You know, it was a little more belt ass than what it appeared on the scoreboard. But a win's a win. We'll take it, and you got to go out and get one tomorrow. Knicks lost tonight. Detroit lost tonight. Indiana lost tonight. So again, that's good for the Bucks. I think you will finish with this 4 seed. And again, we'll talk about what the Bucks have coming up. But you know, you got to win these games. These are the ones you have to win. Throughout the rest of the season, the games that are easy for the Bucks, or quote unquote easy, or teams that you should beat, you've got to win those games. All right, let's do it. Game ball tonight in a 126-119 victory. Justin, go ahead, give me game ball tonight.
So I'm gonna go to I'm gonna have to give my man, even though he messed up my parlay, man. I gotta go, Mr. Torian Prince,
AKA
Mr. Hit Them Throws on You,
AKA
steal your money, your lunch money, your breakfast money, your dinner money,
AKA.
He had Tyrese Halliburton mama tightening up them dreadlocks for him last night.
Okay, there you go. Okay, Torian Prince. 5 steals tonight. That's a good one. All right, JT. Give me game balls tonight.
All right. Oh man. All right, you're gonna make me think about this thing here, because I can always give it a 34, but let me, that ain't what the people tune in to see, is watch us get a game ball at 34, right?
There's a lot of good candidates tonight.
Say what?
A lot of good candidates.
There's a lot of good candidates tonight, man. You know who I really want to get his game ball to is Kevin Porter Jr.
AKA
I can start on your team.
AKA
I'm giving everybody work.
Yeah.
Get down and lay down.
AKA
y'all traded me for a bag of chips.
There you go. All right. That's a good one. KPJ, 16, 6-4. All right, I'll be the boring one then. I will go. You know it, man. Tried and true. 34, 10 and 7, 1 steal, 3 blocks, 14 19 from the field, 6 and 6 from the free throw line. The only starter in with a positive plus minus, Giannis Antetokounmpo, is going to get the game ball from me.
Can we get an AKA?
AKA 50 piece in a game 6.
AKA
you can't beat them. Give me one more.
AKA
I own Tyrese Halliburton. Sorry ass. There you go.
Okay. I got to do Chris Kings.
There we go. Somebody else. I can't do another AKA. You got to do Chris Kings then. Give me Chris Kings. Who would Chris King pick right now, Justin, for his game ball? Who do you think he's going?
That's tough. What do you think, JT? You think Dame? You think he go Dame?
I think he might. I think he might give it to Dame. Honestly, I think he would have gone KPJ, but we can give it Dame.
All right, give it Dame. We do. All right, he had to do his own AKs. Okay, we'll do. Okay, so Damian Lillard gonna get the game ball from Chris King. Tish says keep the AKAs every show. I don't know. I don't know. It happened organically. Last show, Justin just started coming, or two. It was the last show or the 2 show. I can't remember. You started going with the AKAs. I was like, that's smooth right there. So we going. Okay, we'll get. Okay, so we got through the game balls, and so now we look around. And so I see it. My dad has given his NBA bros in the purple and gold. He says Shaq, Alonzo Mourning, John Sally, Vince Carter, Cedric Maxwell, MJ, AKA his airness, AKA never backs down from anyone, AKA all-time MVP.
Hey, one retort. We don't count the honoraries on ours. We only got the real brothers over here.
Ooh, okay.
You sure you want to walk down there, Mr. Crosby?
Who's the honorary though?
Michael Jordan?
No, I thought he got the tat. Don't he got the tat?
He said that tat don't mean that.
I'm pretty sure Mike got the tat.
Hey dog, we might listen.
On the chest.
We gonna out coach him. We gonna out hoop him. We gonna do all that, man.
Okay, man, y'all funny. Take it to the test. Again, so I don't know. You gotta, who would win that matchup? I don't know. Again, who you count? Do you count the honorary members? Do you count a lot of rules you
Yeah,
got to
you know,
figure out and get those things involved before you pick your 5-on-5 and throw out who's best. That's all. That's all.
you know what's funny is my mom's side got the Capitals and my dad's side got the Qs, and I feel like this story is far too common in the community
Yeah. No.
as
Yeah. For
far as
sure.
like so.
Yeah, no, ain't nothing like good old fashioned rivalry there. Bucks win tonight 126-119. Celtics win 115-113 over the Nets. The Thunder beat the Pistons tonight 113-107. Grizzlies beat the Heat. Rockets beat the Bulls tonight. Warriors get a close win over the Knicks. We needed that. Spurs beat the Pels 119-115. Wizards do beat the Nuggets.
That joke.
He verified.
No.
And that is crazy. That is
That is
crazy.
crazy.
That is crazy. He said he verified just that. Oh man,
Yep.
y'all funny tonight, man. Oh, y'all funny tonight.
I'm just saying that like Mike got the Omega joint on the like I'm just saying like I mean like
He said, hey yo, 126,
Hey, but you know,
123 was beat the Nuggets. Go ahead.
hey, real quick, in the last thing, because we're gonna turn this into the 1911 debate.
Y'all.
But we gotta have your pops come down here for this 1911 Cup Challenge in golf, man.
He can't golf. He can't golf.
Yeah, the Q's need a bango too.
So they need a bango. Yeah, that's what they need. Let's see. NYC Demons said I need to see Trey on playback. And man's gonna be throwing clipboards mid game. Yeah, no, I would do something like that. Like they were, I think somebody was saying, people would like watch the game, and do like a stream. He who will not be named does that a lot. The weird kid.
Buddy, you talking about Buddy?
Yeah, Buddy. Weird, yeah, weirdo. But
I'm surprised we don't call the FBI.
Yeah, they should. He does a lot of that. But yeah, it would be cool. My only issue is my TV in the office where I do this show. It is like, I mean, I don't know. It's because I use Spectrum. I don't know. It is like I don't have the box in here. I just use the Spectrum app. It's literally like 10 seconds behind everything. So I feel like we'd be way. I just feel like we be way behind everything. So.
But you know what's crazy? You're in the same state as me, and you're always in front of me. Because like when we doing this, and you're like, "Oh, Buddy just hit this or that," and I'll be 10 seconds behind you. But I got a couple things for the look around, if that's okay.
It's always okay. I do want to mention first. I have many people. I do want to mention it's Selection Sunday tomorrow. Well, it's already midnight. Selection Sunday. So today, I don't know. By the time we get on air tomorrow, I'm assuming the brackets might be out. So, or at least the brackets will be out. So hopefully we should be able, if I can get Chris King to do the graphic and put it in chat, if I can be on it, we will have the links ready to go. $10 sheets for the NCAA Cream City Crossover Bracket Challenge. I'm pretty sure we're going to do ESPN. I'll give you the information on how to send me the money. You guys can do it either Cash App or Apple Pay or Cash App, Apple Pay, or what? Venmo. However you guys want to do it, we can do it that way. Zelle, if you want to do it, but you just have to give me the name of your sheet, and that way I will verify it that way with the name of your sheet in with the $10. What do we want to do first? Let me just hash this out real quick. I think first place 75% of the pot. Second place, I don't know. Should we do what? Third place 25%. So we gotta figure out how we're gonna break down the pot split for the.
But the winner also gets a
yes.
A production slot, right? The winner's gonna go ahead and be a guest host for a couple games.
Not a couple.
Okay.
Not a couple. You might get it. Yeah, no, more like a segment, maybe a whole post game show. We'll let you come on to do that. But yeah, so that'll be cool. We'll see if that works. But yeah, the Screams Across Over Bracket Challenge. Join us, man. That's gonna be a lot of fun. $10 sheets, and yeah, we'll get the prize winner. The three slots. We'll do a percentage, get the prize going that way. First place 100% win. We gotta let some people get a little bit of cash, but But yeah, we'll do that. We'll have some fun with it. And then, like I said, first place will also get a chance to come on with us. All right, Justin, what else you have for the look around?
So speaking of former Buck news, Mo Williams in the Jackson
Yeah,
State
I did see that.
lost today to Alabama State by 4.
Okay.
They lost by 4. Alabama State came out and played them well, so SWAC will be represented by Alabama State. Our beloved Wisconsin Badgers. Boy, that boy Tanye's cooking. That transfer portal Tanye's cooking, JT. He dropped 32 today. That is a Wisconsin Big Ten record. We're going for the championship game tomorrow against those dudes from Michigan. That's all I really got for the look around, man. It's going to be a good time, man. But I really wanted JT to bring up our little debate about Shaka Smart. I think this is a good time to talk about it as we get up out of here, though, big dog.
Talk about it. What we talking about?
Well, you talking about the Shaka Smart and, whether or not, because it came out that he's not paying, or let me say this, he's not allowing agents to represent players in NIL collective discussions with Marquette. He also hasn't been in the portal in the last 3 years. They lose to a Rick Pitino-led team who has portal guys. And it looked like that might have been a little bit of the difference. But yeah, I have a problem with both of those things a lot. And there are a couple guys. I believe Cam Jones it's so fun. I believe when they have listing who his agent is, he lists Shaka Smart, who his representative is on the Marquette page. Shaka Smart is listed as his representative, and that to me is a clear conflict of interest. When you're supposed to be getting as much money as you can or want to get. I just think this, again, to me, it's a point of, you can run your program however you want to. I'm not mad at him if that's how he wants to run it. I just think you are severely limiting yourself in the type of players that you can acquire and go after, especially in today's NCAA. I think there was a time when that stuff was cool and yeah, we want to have dignity and more whatever. Those days are gone. Those days are over. You need to get the best players in that you can possibly get. And Rick Pitino said it best. Last week, he said, they asked him about the portal, and Rick Pitino said, I cannot replace. They asked him about freshmen. He said, I cannot replace a 3rd or 4th year starter with an 18-year-old. Can't do it. You cannot do it. You have to be in that portal if you want to be as competitive as you want to be. And again, my thing about Marquette, they don't have a football program. You ain't got to put no money into that. You should be out here competing for Elite Eights, Final Fours at every single turn. And I think that Shaka Smart's close. Hey, it's good. That's
not a reasonable
it's good,
take.
But it's not enough. Oh, it is reasonable.
That is an unreasonable take. Listen, the first thing, I don't have a problem with what Shaka Smart's doing. You know why? Because you said you saw what St. John's did this year, right? You're watching because they was in the portal and they did all this. What they do last year? What they do the year before? Well, the reason why I asked this question is because if you're in the portal, you're going to have to constantly be in the portal. And guys, if you get in portal guys, we're going to transfer your school this year. They're going to transfer out next year. How are you going to build a culture with that? How are you going to build consistency with that? And you look at these teams out here who can UConn. The reason why UConn had been so good was because of what? They could keep guys there multiple years. They could do that. And they had high impact transfers too, but they were able to keep the core of their team together. Rick Pitino, read up on Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino, a wild boy. Let me tell you. Wild boy. Look at Rick Pitino about the Louisville restaurant. Rick Pitino, a wild $3,000. I'm just gonna give you a hand. Rick Pitino, a wild boy. But anyway, did I send y'all that article?
Yeah.
Oh, we know.
I didn't send you that article. Oh, I gotta send you that article.
We know it. We know.
Hey, Rick was wild in Kentucky as to why he got fired out of Louisville. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to you too. But that's the thing. You have to look at building a culture, building a program. What Shaka Smart is doing. Shaka Smart's trying to build a product that is consistent. He's trying to build something. He's trying to do it. It kind of seems like the hard way as well, but he's trying to do it the sustainable way. Now, I don't agree with not getting anybody out of the portal. I think you are eventually going to have to do that. Having said that, Shaka Smart doesn't want to play the whole, hey, I averaged 25 a game this year. And, now you got to deal with my agent to figure out how much more your collective is going to give me, right? Because, again, it's two different things. It's your collective, your school collective, and then it's NIL. And I think the issue with that is Shaka Smart doesn't want to have to say, I got this great relationship with this player and everything. You know what? End of the season, now I got to exclusively deal with his agent. Now I can't even talk to this player because his agent's over here telling me, well, y'all need to give him more money or you're going to go here, 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 and there. No, Shaka Smart said, the hell with that. We're going to make sure that we pay, we fairly compensate you, and we're going to give you, like, all right, here's what we're going to give. By the way, I do have contacts inside that Marquette Athletics program. Y'all know that. My wife used to work for Marquette Athletics. We got contacts in there. Them dudes are balling. They are doing just fine. They're not losing money by not. No, the Marquette basketball players are. Yes, they making bread on top of bread. Like, so, yeah, I just don't see an issue with this at all. And I think what Shaka Smart is doing is how he wants to run his program now. From what I hear, he's the only top 25 program.
That should be a sign.
That too. But you know what, though? At one point, he's had that 5. And what was Marquette ranked at one point this year?
7th.
Fifth or sixth? Oh, 7th.
Yeah. Then the transfer boys started whooping that ass.
Well, I mean, look, the team faded down the stretch. But the point is that over the last 3 years, Marquette has been one of the best basketball programs in the country. And I don't think you can really argue that it has not been. Now, did that work out the way you wanted to this year? No, but it certainly did a couple years ago. I mean, look, I think that Shaka Smart, if I'm as a Marquette fan, I want to see him competing for Big Ten championship or Big East championships, and I want to see him hitting that Sweet 16 consistently. And if he can do that, I think expectations are met.
But we're not going to hit that Sweet 16 in Marquette without the transfer portal guys. You mentioned a couple years we hit it. We hit it because we had Tyler Kolek, which is a transfer.
Who was a transfer? That's right. That was 3 years ago.
You should be thinking about doing that again.
Where's your bachelor's degree from?
Arizona.
They transfer portal guy, Caleb Love.
And look at how that's going.
They're in the Big 12 championship game now.
Well, they lost the Big 12 championship game, but this was the worst Arizona team we've seen in the last 5 years.
Who'd they lose to?
Houston.
Transfer portal guys.
There you go. Transfer portal guys and cheaters. Let's be honest. Kelvin can't get right. Kelvin ain't never been right. Kelvin ain't gonna never be right.
You look at Creighton and you look at St. John's. Transfer guys. Like, look, hey, I love all 3 programs for the state of Wisconsin. We don't count that fourth one. Doug Gottlieb, you're trash. But I'm going to tell you this. When you look at Bart Lundy, the reason why the Milwaukee Panthers are playing good, you have Tamus Fulks, you have Stillwell, you had B.J. Freeman, who went to Arizona State, transfer portal guys.
Yeah.
You look at the University of Wisconsin. They're not in this Big Ten championship game without John Tonje, who is right now, single season, is arguably going to have just as good of a season that Frank Kaminsky had, which is Badger glory years. So, hey, JT, I hear you. I think Shaka's a great coach. I think he's doing a phenomenal job, but he's not doing what he can do. And he's getting killed by the transfer portal. You can't go out and expect to compete for a Sweet 16 or a Big East championship with Ben Gold as your starting center. I love Ben Gold, but I think he's much better as a 3 or 4 rum. I think Ben Gold's going to play professional basketball. But losing O.C. Umanora, losing Omax.
In Spain? Where are you going to play at?
I believe that's 100% correct. Losing Tyler Kolek. And you don't have no transfer dudes coming in here? It's not good. It's not good, man. Hey, he did a great job to start the season, but like Trey said, man, them big boys, they went down in that paint, and they kind of wreak havoc with us, man. But I agree with Rick Hamilton, man. Badgers going to win the Big Ten tomorrow. You know, Michigan, another team in that Big Ten championship game, 2 big boys that transferred in, man. You got to go transfer. I ain't saying you get Hunter Dickerson, who's going to be in school till he's 32 years old. I mean, the boy got a wife and kid at Kansas.
Yeah, it's just a philosophy thing about, you know, how you want to run your program. And again, I think that you can definitely do it the way that Shaka Smart's is doing it. I just think that, you know, they're going to be, you know, they're going to be, to me, you're limiting how good your program can be. That's all I'm saying when you do this kind of stuff. And Marquette loses by 16 points to St. John's yesterday. It was Friday, and you know, was it the semifinals?
Well, that was the semis. I'll say this: I think in a perfect world, you probably would get a couple transfer guys in. I wouldn't go crazy in the transfer portal, but one thing I do like about the transfer portal is you can completely turn around the program in 1 year.
Right.
That's 100% something that you can do in the transfer portal. You see it a lot in football as well, but that's also possible in basketball. Is literally you jump in there because you're right. You're getting seasoned guys. Having said that, though, I do think if you want a year in, year out, if consistency is your thing, I don't think you can just build through the transfer portal because a lot of those guys are going to be there for a year and then they go on somewhere else where they can get the next bag.
And what Deion say? I'm getting that portal again. Get me some more Louis.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, but I do think that it just becomes hard to build a consistent product that way. I mean, unless you got deep enough pockets to do it, to where it doesn't matter, right? Like, I mean, if you do, but even then, look at schools like Texas A&M. They got deep pockets. Trash.
Well, I think it's a lot more like great guard, man. When you look at guard who's came with a Blackwell, who's came with a Gilmore, forgetting guys. Now, then you look at Klesmit, who transferred in from Western Carolina. You got to do Kamari McGee, who came in from UW Green Bay. But Stephen Crawl, Nolan Winter, these are all guys that he's recruited. And then you bring in a guy like Tanye, who gets your program over the hump
to the next level.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this a few shows ago, Trey, when we were talking about the trade deadline. We quoted Jay-Z when we were like, I don't wear the bright watch, but I wear the right watch. And it's the same thing with the transfer portal. You gotta have the right fit, not the bright fit. Don't get homie, love my UW Milwaukee Panthers that's averaging 37 a game and get this dude from Wichita State that's going 28 a game and all. You can't put so many, but you got to make sure they fit your system. So, hey, JT, we don't all the way agree with you. We just about, like what Giannis shot from the field tonight. We about 85% disagree with you on this joke.
I mean, that's fine. That's 100%. And again, we can keep having it. We can keep having this fight. We had this fight on T's and Q's. We can do that if y'all want to put together data. We can do that too. Bring it. Let's do this. But I don't think Shaka's wrong. I think maybe you tweak his approach, but I don't think he needs to overhaul it. I don't, because I think different things work for different programs. And I think Shaka is a culture guy. And you know what? Quite honestly, as a Marquette fan, I had to live through Wojo for 7-8 years. And Wojo was complete trash. I can't spill some of the state secrets, but anyway. Let me figure it off of that because I was about to drop a knowledge.
So we got JT's bracket name. Shaka is the GOAT. #, no transfer portal. That's his bracket name. So y'all beat JT in the bracket.
Anti
portal.
I'm gonna
tell y'all what my bracket tag is. I'm gonna figure out a name. And I'm gonna tell y'all what my name is.
It's after 12, so we can get to the real JT now.
Oh shit, y'all! Come on, man. Hey, did you see that article I just sent you on Rick Pitino? Wait, on the restaurant? Hey, Rick, come on, Rick, a wild boy. Rick, a wild boy for that.
Hey, Rick is one of the best coaches ever in college basketball, man.
That he is.
100%.
Brought a young guy. They used to shoot on them double rims with me at Phillip Middle School or elementary school in Milwaukee, man. My homie Jerry Smith. I know Armin and Billy talked about him. He killed Marquette on the shot, man. But hey, real quick, my only last thing on this Buck stuff, man, is shout out to Armin and Billy for that game Thursday night, man. 97.3 the game. They went out there. They had I think it's like their fantasy football, like pick against the guys thing, and they went crazy. So I agree with Tish. I think we need a live watch. But Tish, I don't think let's not spoil it and do it all on this streaming junk. We need one of these bars, Mecca, Major Goolsby's, Curly's, someone. Get the four of us up there, and we can have y'all come watch the game with us the entire time, man.
Live watch party would be dope. Matter of fact, we buying people drinks.
Oh, Jay, I'm about to get to it, but
hey, we buying people drinks.
Off your AMX, we can do that. Let's take it there. Back to back tomorrow. You got the OKC Thunder on Sunday against the Milwaukee Bucks. So that's gonna be a good one. Another one. Again, the Bucks gonna be looking to win. Both teams on a back to back. I got a feeling the Thunder are gonna be looking for revenge after getting stomped by the Bucks in the Emirates NBA Cup final. So we'll see how that one goes. But again, if the Bucks can get a win, that'll be a big one. Unfortunately, the NBA Cup final didn't count. But we'll see what the Bucks can do. Yeah, no, that was good stuff. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody for looking at us. Anything else before we wrap this thing?
I just want to say.
Go ahead.
No, you go, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, after you, sir.
I just want to say I agree with you that the Thunder feel some type of way about that Emirates Cup loss, as they should, because we got one of these joints right up here. But they also feel slighted. I'm gonna assure of this because remember the last time we played them, it was like Ajax, AJ Green, Liam Robbins. Your starting five was a bunch of dudes that didn't play ever. So, and they beat us by 40. So I'm sure they feel some type of way about that, like we kind of punted that game. So look for these dudes to come in ready to hoop, man. But I think 34 is the MVP, and I think he shows it tomorrow.
Yeah, I would love to see that too, especially head to head against SGA. Come on now, let's. This is a perfect game for Giannis to make his move, and to impress all of the writers and voters that are not watching Bucks games.
Yeah, that's what you want to see, 100%. Like I said, it's a good point. Head to head, SGA. Appreciate everybody for listening to us, watching us, whether you watched on YouTube, whether you watched on the Twitter. We appreciate it as always. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us past midnight if you're on the East Coast, late wherever you are, and just watching us talk and have some fun. And you had some fun in the chat too, and we appreciate it. If you like anything you saw tonight, if you like the Bucks won tonight and took a season series win over the Indiana Pacers, go ahead and hit that like button for us. Follow us, subscribe to the Cream City Crossover. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell another friend about the Cream City Crossover. We are the best Milwaukee Bucks post-game show in all of the land. Again, tell a friend about the Cream City Crossover Bracket Challenge that's going to be coming up tomorrow. We'll start that. Again, we're going to win some money. See if you can beat Chris King, myself, JT, Justin. See what you can do. We'll have some fun with it. It's going to be fun. And again, who knows? Maybe you'll be up here. Maybe you'll be up here in one of these slots talking with us about the Milwaukee Bucks and the next game here. Yeah, so again, I want to also thank our sponsor tonight, Curls Waffle Sports Bar and Grill, out in Pewaukee, Wisconsin, Lakeview Boulevard. Again, go out there, have some fun. Tell them the Groove sent you. Tell them the Cream City Crossover sent you. That's Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill, sponsor of the Cream City Crossover. That's all I got, man. Again, it was fun as always. We'll do this thing again tomorrow. Back at it. Right here at the Cream City Crossover. This has been a Cream City Media Group production from the Groove Triggers III.
JT?
I just want to close it like Tyrese Halliburton. Justin.
If I am your enemy, it's only because I dare to tell you the truth.